Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Cary Yurkiw here. Thank you for joining me today for this live broadcast on marathon training techniques for optimal performance and recovery. And this is a webinar that I've wanted to do for quite some time because patients have been asking questions. My clients on the health coaching side want to know more about marathon training. I just completed the Vancouver Marathon a month ago, and I'm planning on now qualifying for a major marathon that will be like London or Tokyo or Berlin for later this year or next year. So good timing because I want to up my own game, but I also want to teach you some things that I've learned along the way, as well as what I've been doing recently to improve my marathon training. So let's talk about my training and how I got into running. And this was like over 20 years ago. A roommate of mine was a track star in high school. And so he would often ask me to go for runs with him. And he said, I can teach you some of the techniques. And why don't we sign up for our first marathon? And we did. We signed up for the Manitoba Marathon. We lived in Winnipeg at the time. And he basically taught me the techniques of running. And so when we signed up for the Manitoba Marathon, we ran the first 5 kilometers. And unfortunately, he hurt his Achilles tendon and had to exit the race. But I continued on. And once I completed that marathon, I kind of got the bug. I wanted to continue running, and I've been running ever since, from my 20s and now in my 50s, still training and still running. And it's such a wonderful thing to do. I really enjoy it. And I enjoy teaching others and helping people achieve their goals. And, running or training is kind of like a metaphor for life. When you train and you have obstacles and you have challenges, it's really good for your physical fitness level, of course, but also mentally, it's very good because it helps you to deal with challenges. So what you're going to learn today are the key strategies for improving marathon performance effectively and efficiently. And I'm going to talk about different training techniques. I'm going to talk about nutritional strategies, and I'm going to talk about recovery methods, ways that you can recover and move on to the next training day. So let's talk about structured marathon training. So when you are training for a marathon, maybe you just signed up for a race or you're thinking about signing up, you want to build some endurance with long runs. And what I recommend is on the weekend, depending on your schedule, but for most people on the weekend, if you can run a long distance, like 10 kilometers, 15, 20 kilometers, that's a really good range to be in. And you want to complete that once a week. And as time goes on, you're getting closer and closer to a marathon. You want to go from 10 kilometers to 15 to 20 to 25. I like to stop short of the marathon distance. Like when I trained for Vancouver, I got it up to around 35 kilometers. And a full marathon's 42. But it was really good to have the confidence that I could run that distance, know my time, work out any kinks, training with those long runs. You want to work out and incorporate speed work and intervals into your training. So speed work like running faster for a period of time and then relaxing a bit and then running faster again. Doing these intervals, very important to get faster with your training. And then strength training, because it helps to prevent injuries. It builds muscles to support joints and enhance running form. And I know this both as an athlete, but also as a chiropractor, how that can really help runners, as well as from a patient perspective and a chiropractic perspective. I know I've seen a lot of people with joint conditions, especially knees and ankles, those types of conditions. Now, as far as nutritional strategies go, you want to optimize your nutritional strategies um, before you train and after you train. And you want to get ready for a long run like a race. So, pre-run nutrition is crucial for ensuring you have enough energy for race day, for those long runs. I want to discuss fueling during the run, including types of gels and hydration, and then post-run recovery meals and the importance of protein in building the body up. So there's a few things that I want to share with you today. Definitely getting enough protein is very important. So protein is the building blocks for the body, and you definitely want to make sure in between your training periods you're eating enough protein. I would say every 4 to 5 hours is a good time to eat protein, and you need enough protein to rebuild your body's muscle and structure. So depending on your body weight, um, for athletes, you need a little bit more. I think the guideline is 0.8 grams per kilogram. So as an athlete, you're probably at 1 gram per kilogram or 1.2 grams per kilogram of protein needed to build your muscles up. So that's going to be very important. And on a regular basis, I would say every 4 to 5 hours. Also, your pre-run nutrition is crucial for making sure you have enough energy. So you want to load the muscles with glycogen. And glycogen is kind of packaged glucose or sugar, energy, that's in your muscles. And you've got about enough for 2 hours of storage in the muscles. So that can get you through a half marathon basically. But the right strategy is to fuel before and during a race or a long run, because you don't want to deplete those glycogen stores. And then you could end up with problems like a lack of energy, muscle cramps, that kind of thing. So definitely having some gels. You can make your own snacks, but you want to have enough sugar to keep your bloodstream at the right level of sugar and not depleting the glycogen stores too quickly. So basically you want to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to energy production and energy storage. As far as recovery methods, recovery is very critical to success when you're training. So there's some things that you can focus on, like stretching, foam rollers, chiropractic care, massage, and yoga. And these are some of the things that I do for myself. So for stretching, regular stretching helps maintain flexibility, it improves your circulation, and reduces muscle stiffness. And incorporating dynamic stretches before your runs and static stretches after your workout, really good idea. Focus on major muscle groups like the hamstrings, quads, calves, and hip flexors. And then you can move on to something like foam rolling. Foam rolling, or myofascial release, helps alleviate muscle tightness, soreness, and inflammation. Using a foam roller to apply pressure to different muscle groups, rolling slowly and pausing on any tight spots to relieve tension. So any tight spots could be like a trigger point, we call it, when the muscle kind of knots up in one area, and that causes that spot to radiate pain. You can also get massage for the tight muscles and for the inflammation. Some massage therapists will do myofascial release. So depending on your body and your condition, certain massage therapists may be better than others. And then chiropractic care is great because chiropractic care works on the alignment, the range of motion, the posture, all very important to get the maximized use out of your body. You want to get full flexibility, full function of your body. And then yoga can also help because it's not only is it good for your joints and it tests your boundaries as far as your flexibility, but it's also a good mind-body connection. So I think it really helps with coordination. And that's very important too when you're running, to have the proper coordination. If you step on a rock or a stone, let's say, and your ankle twists, you want a quick reaction to that. you don't want to get injured. And if you're running on different surfaces, you want to have the strength to be able to adapt to your surface. And yoga is very good for flexibility, but also that mind-body connection, which we call proprioception. As far as success stories go from people who have trained, Sarah says, working with Dr. Cary Yurkiw transformed my marathon training. His guidance on training techniques and nutrition helped me shave 20 minutes off my previous best time. I felt stronger and more confident throughout the race. So there's little things you can do that you might not think of, like we talked about nutrition, like we talked about pacing, heart rate is another thing that can really help you to stay on track and for you to better your time. So it's just about little things that can add up to produce a much better time for you at your next marathon. I struggled with recurring injuries until I started personalized coaching with Dr. Yurkiw. His customized strength training plan and recovery strategies kept me injury-free and improved my running form significantly. This is John. And Dr. Yurkiw's holistic approach to marathon training, combining physical and mental preparation, was a game changer for me. I completed my first marathon feeling proud and accomplished. So there's some really good success stories that I wanted to share with you guys. Just people who needed a little bit of help, wanted to learn, just better themselves. So marathon training is a wonderful thing to do, especially if you have a coach or a team of health professionals and a performance coach like me to help you achieve these goals. Now, if you want to join us, you can go to our website, and this is our social media handle, True North PM. And on our website, trueexpert.pro, I do offer a 15-minute free coaching session, as well as the upcoming webinars are on our website. And we do have master classes and a mastermind group. So if you're interested in any of those services, join our mailing list. You'll get those offers in your inbox, but you can also schedule a 15-minute free consult, and I would be happy to go over that with you at the free consult. Now, if you have any questions, please type them in the chat. So I'll type in the chat right now. So type your questions here. Good. And then I can answer those questions for you. So questions about your first marathon, questions on how you can improve your time, questions on nutrition, injuries, all fair game in this webinar today. Last, for contact info, feel free to go to our website, trueexpert.pro. You can use our email address, info@trueexpert.pro, or you can go to our phone number. You can call or message directly, 778-215-9310. So feel free to use that contact information if you have any questions. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here for this webinar. And I will be checking the chat as well as the comments and DMs on social media. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out via those channels.